I have an iTouch 4.
I have an iPad.
2 PowerBook G4s.
About 615 photos.
An old MacBook Pro. Got iPhone 4. iPhone 3G.
He was a big impact on our lives. Like, he made it cool to be a nerd.
I think a lot of people felt a connection to Steve Jobs through his products.
Without him, like, my life would be boring.
It's really nice of people to do that because he was such an appreciated man.
And I think this wall is a great way of commemorating that.
He created an industry. This was his company. I mean, this is Steve's Apple.
Yeah, you heard how many people here in the Triangle are just surrounded by Steve Jobs' inventions. And that really got us thinking, how many things did Steve Jobs render obsolete over his brilliant career? Well, we didn't have to go very far to find the answer. It's a lot. Thanks to a lot of my colleagues here at NBC 17 and myself, we took a couple of laps around our storage room and our newsroom and found so many things that are now pretty much useless thanks to Mr. Jobs. Look at this. The first Apple, built back in 1976. Not too fancy, but that button on the top right changed everything. Delete. Yeah, remember a world without delete? It looked something like this. Within a decade, typewriters and whiteout were a thing of the past. Remember these? Yep, floppy disks. This one from about 15 years ago. Considered cutting edge, it could hold about 1.4 megs of memory. Sounds pretty good, but let's see how much of the high-def movie Toy Story this disk could save. Yep, that's it. Thank goodness Jobs helped push the envelope on memory size and operating speed. And speaking of Toy Story... Remember when animated films took 3 years, hundreds of artists, and millions of cells? Jobs changed all that when he bought an animation company, turned it into Pixar, and changed the face of animated media.
Buzz! We missed the truck!
And we don't watch these movies on VCRs anymore. In fact, any type of tape, including the Walkman, gone. CDs and DVDs are soon to follow thanks to 3 major Jobs inventions: iTunes, the iPod, and the iPad. Better ways to view and share media without having to worry about discs or this.
The flip cam was a tech sensation for, 3 or 4 months.
Before the advent of the iPhone, which took even better video and you could email it instantly. The iPhone was really the biggest game changer of them all. Remember Palm Pilots? Gone. Touchscreen is so much easier. Alarm clocks? No need. Let me ask you something. When's the last time you used a phone book? GPS machines? Don't need them. And true story, earlier this year, an usher at a theater scanned my ticket with an iPhone, then showed me to my seat with the flashlight in the back of the iPhone. You think about it, all those innovations made life perhaps more convenient, but Steve Jobs wanted to be more. He wanted to change the world for the better, and maybe he did that too. Think about it. Jobs' inventions have significantly reduced the need for paper. Millions of trees spared. Maybe 100 years from now, that'll be his greatest accomplishment. And even if Jobs' legacy someday renders the morning paper obsolete, those publications still paying tribute this morning. The front page of the Chicago Red-Eye, a silhouette of Jobs on the Apple logo that made rounds on Twitter and Facebook. A profound headline from the Maysville, Kentucky Ledger-Independent saying that Apple has lost its core. Finally, the San Francisco Examiner, using one of Apple's key philosophies, saying Jobs thought differently. Well, we put the question to you on Facebook on what innovations Apple and Steve Jobs brought to everyday life. A lot of responses on the impact of the music industry. Todd, though, pointed out something that we missed. You know, the cut and paste methods of graphic designs. That is Jobs. Art and design, also a popular topic from our Facebook fans like Monica, who showed off her iTunes earrings. We also got several pictures from Monica Bass showing her perfect art that she draws on her iPad with kittens. And maybe the ultimate tribute, part of a blog from Elena Ewan written on her MacBook. Steve Jobs expanded my universe. He helped unleash my creativity and enabled me to tote it around. Thank you so much for all of your thoughts on Steve Jobs on Facebook and Twitter.